Hello everyone and welcome back to Howling Hoosier Outdoors. Today we're going to be going over how to make this 1700s sewing kit, also referred to as a Hussif. And I really like making these projects because this one is really simple to do, making it a good beginner project for people who are just getting into sewing. And it's also really great for using extra scrap material. So let's get right into this. So first thing that we're going to need is a scrap piece of material. This one here is a 100% cotton canvas, old recycled drop cloth, and it measures 12 by 12. I find that 1 square foot works, especially once you start putting hems in and everything like that. So first thing we are going to do is we're going to put a 1/2 inch hem on this all the way around the border of this material. And you could hand sew this, but I have a sewing machine, so I'm going to use it. Alright all, so now that we have these hems all good to go, now you're going to take your piece and you're going to fold it into thirds. At this point you need to figure out which is going to be your lip, or your little pouch, your little pocket, and which is going to be your top that flaps down. I like to keep a weighted top so that way it helps keep everything in place. So I got, and then this finished edge here, I want that to be the inside of my pouch. So you fold her up like that, and then you fold your top third down and make sure that all of your portions are the way that you want them. Some people might want it to be exposed. I like my flap to come all the way down like that. Try and keep it all in frame now. Dress it up however you would like to. And now the next part that I'm going to sew is the sides here. I'm just going to do a single stitch all the way down like that. Okay, now that I got these sides all stitched up, now I want to add the pockets. And to do that, I'm going to figure out just where I want these. And from there, you just sew along your lines there. And in this case, I want 3 pockets, so 1, 2, and 3. And so I'm just going to sew 2 lines right at the bottom. Alright, so now that I got my pockets all sewed up, last but not least, before I actually do like the cleanup of all these strings and whatnot, is I want to sew a string on this. So that way, when it is done, I'll have something to actually roll it up in. Here's an old one that I made that I didn't sew a string in, and so now I have to tie it up with a piece of twine. So to do that, all I'm going to do is stitch this string in place. And this is braided hemp. Okay, so now this guy is all stitched up, and the way that you would use this, you have your pockets here. Let me orientate this a little bit. So you got your pockets here. You throw in your scissors, one pocket, some buttons, and some other pocket. Maybe a little bit of waxed linen or some jute or whatever, accoutrements you might want for your sewing kit. Then you take your flap and you flap it down. Then you just roll it up. Now, because I have a tie, I can actually wrap that around and tie it however I see fit. And there you have it. So these things can be as elaborate as you want them to be. I've seen people add embroidering to them. I've seen people do lots of pockets. I've seen people do them bigger, smaller, everything in between. I've seen people add silver buttons to them, wooden toggles, antler. You have a lot of different options and versatility when it comes to making stuff like this. So if you guys do have any questions, comments, concerns, questionable life choices, or epiphanies, please feel free to put them in the comments section. Thank you all for watching, and stay awesome, folks. And just as a parting shot, here's what I keep in my other one that I've done. So I've got extra cloth here so I can add patches if I need to. All sorts of buttons. I've got some pewter, some gunmetal, some wood. I think there's a couple bone in here. And then this is my needle case with some modernized needles in them. And then I've got an assortment of threads here. This guy here is hemp. This one here is artificial sinew. And this guy here is, I think that's also hemp. Should have one more. There it is. This one here is waxed linen.